should be running now. Great.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, as I said, welcome to our summer school. It's also for us first time experience. We hope that everything will work out. Summer schools before always have been in presence, but it's great that all of you have been here, and hopefully we have an interesting program for you. We will start with an opening, and the opening will be by Professor Katharina Morik. She's not only the head of the chair of artificial intelligence here at the TU Dortmund University, but she's also the sole reason why we are here. Because this summer school is organized between two really huge research projects. One is the SFB 876, the Collaborative Research Center 876, where Jens is the managing director, and the other one is ML2R. This is the Competence Center for Machine Learning, Rhine-Ruhr, where TU Dortmund University is one of the partners. And she's the speaker and initiator of both of these two initiatives. And this is the reason we are organizing here the summer school. And this is the reason why she will introduce these two research centers to you later on. Yeah. She received her PhD in 1981, and she got her habilitation in 1988 at TU Berlin before she became a full professor here in Dortmund. She's a member of the National Academy of Science and Engineering and also of the North Rhine-Westphalia Academy of Science and Art. But by heart and soul, of course, she's a researcher. So she's the author of more than 200 papers in the area, mainly of machine learning. And she concentrated on support vector machines, for example, was also doing research on spatial temporal random fields and integral Markov random fields. Yeah, also she started one of these huge initiatives and funded the European Conference on Machine Learning, ECML, and brought this into life in 1989 and still helping out there in organizing the ECML PKDD. Yeah, so in this case, I would like to switch to Katharina and giving her opening. So switching audio in of Katharina, hopefully.
Oh, it's not me. So
I think the video to Katharina.
Okay.
Katharina, you should be live on air.
Yes, that's fine.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
You can't?
Microphone is on. It's light is on.
My microphone is on, and I think this is on. No, you don't hear me?
We can hear you. No problem.
Okay. So wonderful. So it is a great pleasure to have the opportunity to have
still
the summer school.
Still no sound, Katharina.
So it's just us.
It's just us?
I see messages that people can hear Katharina, but
we can't.
But yeah, that's fine. Hang on, I'll find a way.
Außerdem ist unser Mikro aus. No, mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all new to us to organize this, and as we have seen at KDD just recently, even KDD could not get it easily run in this new media, but it offers the opportunity to have a global summer school where people from all over the world participate, and that is great. And so now let me show you my transparency. I hope that you can see it now, because I want to introduce you to the topic of resource-aware machine learning. So why is resource-aware machine learning so important? And I give you some highlights of lectures of the summer school, and then the organizing institutes are introduced, and what else is going on our worldwide summer school. So machine learning and hardware, that is an issue where people used to say hardware and machine learning, that is not my issue. Someone is running my algorithms on it, and hardware people can take care of this. So it was expected that the machine learning algorithms themselves were independent of the execution platform. And machine learners look at the O notation in the worst case complexity only, and they don't care about seconds and bits and other physical measures. And then MATLAB, for instance, takes care of executing the learning on Hadoop, on an array of GPUs, or generates code for FPGA. So that is a classical view that separates clearly between machine learning and hardware. And then there is a second point that was a hype in 2030, I think it started, and then in 2017, it was said, well, there is a quest for the ultimate learning machine. So it was stated that we need novel hardware for machine learning, and actually there is a lot of novel hardware developed, and even quantum computing is something that is supposed to help the optimization processes, and optimization is in the heart of machine learning. Well, so that is the other way to look at it. And what was my particular interest is look at the two worlds of computing. So there is, on the one hand, Google consuming 2 terawatt-hours per year, and on the other hand, there are ultra low power microcontrollers that can be integrated into a lot of different things. That's why we call it then the Internet of Things, when there is some computing in it. And so these are the two worlds of computing, and they are extreme. And the question is whether machine learning should really be restricted to the Google world of high energy consuming, and why not making it run on ultra low power microcontrollers as well. So that is then a question of models, stating that machine learning and hardware, that they must do research on the model demands in energy and memory and communication, on guarantees for the model and its implementation. So guaranteeing not only accuracy, precision, and recall by some bounds, but also robustness, that is small changes in the data delivered small changes in the models. And then what it is to match the model demands with the hardware resources, so that if that is well fitting, then it's fine. So on the one hand, we have that in our talk in our lecture at the summer school given by Nico Piatkowski, where the power consumption of machine learning is investigated. And what we see is really that you can range it from supercomputers to ultra-low power devices. That is, you develop learning models for a sustainable world, that you save energy, that you have a theoretical basis and bounds of learning models to give guarantees, and then also how to fix the energy consumption of learning. So that will be a related lecture by Nico Piatkowski. Another related lecture that shows a different viewpoint is apply learned models on resource-constrained devices, optimize them for the computing architecture at hand. So there is a fast inference tool developed by Sebastian Buschjäger, and that fast inference tailors learned models to particular architectures. And another lecture is on context-aware optimization of vehicular communications for mobile crowd sensing. That is about communication within and between cars and the data transmission according to the anticipated network quality. So deploying trained prediction models on highly resource-constrained platforms, as we have it in logistics and car communication and so on. And then there is a outlook to 6G communication networks by Benjamin Sleever. Okay, and also our hackathon is in the world of the Internet of Things. We have a true physical, we have a true physical hall for logistics with robots, and you can in the hackathon predict the robot's position based on the sensor flow data, and then if you win the competition you can even control the true robots in their true flow on the data. So we have the cyber physical twins in logistics as an application area, and so we had this Kaggle competition, and I hope that most of you already tried to work on the data, and then on Friday we get our final session on that. Okay, there is another topic as well, that is representation learning. I mean, representation learning is in the very heart of machine learning. If you get the right representation, you get the right results. And now the question is how to find the right representation. And there is a lecture by Ramses Sanchez on deep generative modeling and representation learning, and the lecture by Lukas Pfahler on unsupervised representation learning. And then we that is with the example of search engines for formulas, and then on the example of natural language understanding, Sven Gieselbach is teaching learning meaningful representations for natural language understanding. Okay, so these are some highlights of the summer school, and now we come to the origin of the summer school in the Collaborative Research Center 876, which is about providing information by resource constrained data analysis. So since 12 years, we are working on resource aware machine learning, and we, that are all these project leaders that you see here standing on the stairwells in our building, and then we are investigating programming paradigms from data streams, map-produced programming. We are investigating analytics and cyber physical systems together. That's what I talked about right now. Real-time model application, distributed learning, energy efficiency, and so on. And we have machine learning and hardware with ultra-low energy models and execution on novel hardware. So these are all the project leaders, and there are 13 projects and about 60 PhD students. And of course, COVID-19 is a topic for us all this time, but we had a project already from the beginning on that is detecting viruses. And you see here a small schema, and you will get on tomorrow at 5 o'clock European time, there will be a talk about this new sensor, which we can now also train for the coronaviruses, because we now can get the antibodies that are necessary for training. So that will be our contribution to the pandemia. And now the other institute that is behind the summer school, that is ML2R, 2R because the two rivers, Rhine and Ruhr, start each with an R. And we have come together between the University of Bonn and the TU Dortmund University, and between the Fraunhofer Institute for Logistics and the Fraunhofer Institute for Intelligent Analysis. And these institutes, together with more than the people that are there. Here is my, I don't know whether you see my mouse. So this is Stefan Wrobel, who is the other director of ML2R together with me. And what we do there is, based on basic research at the two universities, we organize us a little more application oriented, where we want the human expert and the human user to be in the center of integrating knowledge into learning. and trustworthy machine learning, and even certification of machine learning. So that is the well-based and theoretical knowledge-driven application-oriented research. Well, and what else is going on in the summer school? Oh, that is, we have some cooking together, we have some games together, and maybe you even find a bomb or something. And then there is a lecture which I will be giving tomorrow at the same time, that is publish or perish, where I give you a true advice session about scientific work. Okay, so there in publish or perish, this is just a teaser that you might want to join the session, where I tell you the difference between a master and a beginner. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. Okay, then of course we have social events, wonderful blind dates per random, and speed dating, and the sustainable cooking. There will be said more about it at other times, and online games and the quiz. So, and from where are you joining in? This might be interesting. When I said this is a global summer school, we see that India, Pakistan, Germany, Brazil, Peru, Bangladesh, Egypt, Canada, Ireland, the Russian Federation, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Vietnam, Singapore, Kazakhstan, South Korea, Malaysia. So there are a lot of, it is a typical exponential curve, and it is wonderful that this technique allows us to all join in from so many different time zones. Maybe this will maybe so the ones from Brazil are not yet here, or they made a long night, I don't know. Okay, so that was my short introduction, where I introduced as the Collaborative Research Center and the Competence Center. And I also want to recommend that you don't miss the Students' Corner, so that we can work hard and enjoy.
Okay, jetzt müsste unser Mikro wieder anmachen. Yeah, so thanks for the presentation, Katharina. I think we wanted to have a group photo, right? So I'm switching off Katharina as the sole presenter. So we should now have the speaker view or the option to get into the grid view. What we would like kindly ask you, if it's okay for you to appear on a screenshot, which we would like to use for promotional material. Pardon, Katharina?
Yeah, it's much nicer if you now switch on and we do not see only these black and white.
Yeah, I see. Several people are switching on their cameras. That's really great. Thanks a lot for this.
Yeah. So I hope you all brought a flag or a little piece of paper with the name of your country or an item from your country. I see many searching faces right now. Oh yeah, there's the Angela Merkel cup.
What?
Yeah, I mean this is life. It's all about improvisation. Oh, there's an Indian flag.
I wouldn't have had a flag of my country either. Hey, yeah, great.
Hang on.
Wonderful.
Now we have one too.
Ah, what did you get?
Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
On 3, please all cheer into the camera. 1, 2, 3. Hello. More cheering and waving. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Thanks from my side. Yeah. Now getting back to the program. Thank you again, Katarina, for this nice presentation. What's next? So, few words about me. Katarina presented these two research centers here, SFB 876, ML2R. I'm the managing director of ML2R, and Jens Boos, as I said before, is the managing director of the SFB 876. Yeah, I can pin ours. Let's see. Spotlighting. Yeah, now you should. Yeah, now you should directly see us. Yeah, Jens, the managing director of the SFB 876. Maybe you want to tell a bit more about yourself. Your research, for example.
My research, for example. Yeah, as you know, this is a machine learning summer school, and both projects, ML2R and SFB, are machine learning projects. But I'm not a computer scientist. I'm a physicist. But I did my PhD in the SFB 876, where we have projects with many different domains, and I joined there from the physics domain because, as you could assume, also physics needs machine learning for their research. Yeah, and here we are.
Okay, here we are. Anything else about the summer school, Jens, you would like to tell the people?
Of course. So many of you already send us some questions via Discord and also via email how things are working. And I give you a short tour through how things are working. I have to share my screen. No, hang on. Okay. So this is my screen, and it's tidy. And basically all that you need to find to participate in the summer school should be or is on our summer school webpage. You should have found it because you all registered and clicked on this button, I hope. So the program of this week, we have here a schedule where you see all the events that are taking place. And you can click on them and you get a short introduction. And as we said, today we have 2 live sessions that will be with speakers that are here in the room with us. And the coming days, you will be provided by on-demand videos of the talks you're going to hear. Then each day there will be Q&A sessions, and these Q&A sessions will be live in Zoom. In order to see the videos, we will provide you with YouTube links. And these YouTube links are armed 24 hours before the Q&A session. So here you see the program. You can also click here and go into our Google Calendar.
Which account was it?
I hope this is the right one. This is all live. Yeah, there's our Google Calendar. You can also register to it and put it to your own calendar to don't miss out any of the lectures. Yeah, so the lectures themselves, you can find them here in the lecture section, and there you get an abstract for each lecture and also a bunch of links. So for this lecture, this one is also streamed live into YouTube. Here you also find the Zoom link and also a link for the Q&A because we're using a tool where you can type in your questions during the next 24 hours while you're watching the lecture, and then we can address these questions in the Q&A session. Some of the lectures are live, as I said, and therefore they just have a Zoom live link. Some of them are recorded and therefore have an introduction that is already armed now, so you can see it now, and a lecture that is then armed 24 hours before the Q&A session. So, concerning the Q&A session, this will take place in Zoom, and in the beginning of each Q&A session, we will watch together the introduction, so just to refresh your mind about the lecture so you can ask proper questions. And then this Q&A session has 3 phases. In the first part, it's about understanding of the talk, so you can ask questions about that. Then the second part, it's more about technical questions of the research that has been presented in the talk, and further going questions. And the last part is gives you the opportunity to ask questions to the lecturer himself. So to learn something about the person that is talking, what this person is doing, what was their life in research, things you might wonder about the person that was giving the talk. Yeah, in order to go into the questions, we have here a link, and this is TweetBack, which is a bit like what's it called, Stack Overflow in a way. So when you are watching the lecture and you might have a question, like for example, how do I do language processing? You just type it in as a question, and everybody else can see this question. And then you have the possibility to upvote this question, because you might have asked yourself the same questions. Then you go there and you like it, and the questions are then ordered by the number of likes, so that the most frequented questions get a higher priority. Oh yeah, I forgot. Then there's also a quiz. So some of our, that's a bad example. Some of our lecturers.
Let's have a look at Sven, for example.
That was Sven. No, that wasn't Sven.
Sven was there, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So some of our lectures.
Oh yeah, we need to. I see. We need to start the quiz independently of the stream. Yeah,
that's right.
I will do this right after the session.
Okay, Stefan will do that. So basically, you can go there. There's the quiz. So our lecturers, they put in some questions into their talks, and there are questions to you, and you can answer them. That might be multiple choice questions or open questions where you can give an estimate, which gives you the opportunity to see if you understood the lecture, and also gives the lecturer the opportunity to see if he or she brought her message across.
You can go back to Sven. It should be live now.
All right, there we see. Yeah. So here's the quiz. Here are some questions and some multiple choice answers that you basically then answer by clicking on them. All right.
Should be hard to answer right now, but once you watch the lecture, it should be easier.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Then there will be a hackathon. We will talk about that later, but you get also all the information about the hackathon here on the hackathon webpage. So in any doubt, check first with our webpage, but you can also contact us. Then we will be having also a platform for communication between you people. And we set up the Discord server. Some of you, I saw that this morning already registered to the server. And I do the same now. hang on. I do differently. Yeah, I'm starting my Discord client on my computer, and then I show you around in Discord. So you should have gotten the link via the email and also the password, which I sent to you this morning. Whoop. There it is. And here is our Discord server. So there you see there are already a lot of people in there. No. There are already a lot of people in there. What we asked you is when you enter the Discord server, change your name alias in a pattern that we will see your name and your country, so people have a clue who they are talking to, rather than some acronym or some weird combination of numbers and letters. Yeah. So what we have here is these are some text channels. For example, this one, we would send out announcement there during the week in case of events starting or if we want to address something to you. This is some general talk where you can chat, where you just exchange messages. And this one here, I put in some rules. We trust you, and we have big trust in the fact that you are decent people. But I kindly ask you to read through these questions and through this rules, especially when being on the Discord server. Be kind and be respectful to one another, especially because we are coming from many different cultures in the summer school, and therefore please stick to the rules. Yeah, then we are going to have Students' Corner each day, where students, participants will present their work and their research. This will happen here in Discord. Basically, what you can do is we will all meet in this room, the lobby. You enter a room by clicking on the room, and then your avatar is in that room. And we give a short explanation, and then the Students' Corner starts. I will put into this text channel a picture with your names of those who already followed the link I sent in an email concerning you registering on which day you want to participate in the summer school. And then you can see here, here's my name. And the first slot, I'm going to be in summer school room SC South. And then you go to SC South. And after 30 minutes, we will join the room and tell you to switch rooms. So you go back to the list, have a look. I'm going to be in slot 2. I will be in SC Sun, and then you move to SC Sun. The first 2 rounds we distribute you randomly, and the second 2 rounds you're free to choose the room that you're interested in. If you want to know what summer school Students' Corner presentations will be there on that day, guess what? Go back to the summer school webpage. And here's the catalog of all the presentations that are going to be there. So here's what will be presented today on Monday. Some of you already put in a video introduction, some didn't, but here's also an abstract. You can follow and see what is going to be presented. Yeah. All right. So that's for the summer school. Then, as Katarina already taught you, there are going to be social events, mostly in what is in Central Europe evening. We created some chat rooms for you there. They have names of famous sites in Dortmund city. Check them out. You can go in there. You can there chat with your fellow participants. And this is for most of the social activities also the place to meet. Here we have a board game collection, and also for the cooking event, but more to that will come later from Mirko and from Helena. Jo.
Okay.
In any case, well, in the case that you might encounter any problems, please go down to the support section. There you can ask questions to us organizers. We will try to answer your questions there. Yeah, just use that to address them. Maybe it's complicated, then we ask you to enter one of the chat rooms so that we can explain to you. Apart from that, feel free to send an email to Stefan and me at any time. I mean, we won't be awake 24/7, but once we see your email, we will also reply and try to help you if we can.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
I think that's it.
That's it to Discord? Yeah. So, switching to the hackathon?
I would say yes. So, we are... Yeah. So we are having a hackathon at the end of the week where you have the possibility to steer robots. Here, in that direction, there's our logistics hall. And right now, there's a colleague of mine who can far better explain what's going on than me. So I guess we're switching to Aswin, aren't we?
Hi, Aswin.
Hi. I am right in the hall trying to give you a sneak peek of what the hackathon will be about. So where do we start? First, we start with the Kaggle competition that's already online, and few of you have already submitted few submissions for the learning task to predict the robot using the TensorFloor. So what the TensorFloor is basically, let me just move the camera perspective. That's the floor and that's the robot. And under the floor, we have 345 sensors that are collecting data. There are different kinds of data that is being delivered to the to our servers, which is mostly IMU data and the RSSI data, which we have provided for you in Kaggle, along with the localization benchmark system, which is the Viking camera system. So you can see here, those are the cameras that are mounted all over in the hall. And that delivers millimeter precise localization information, which is used as benchmark to predict your robot position with the sensor data. So now you have the data and you have to develop a model which will localize the robot on the floor. And once you've localized the robot and submitted your solutions to the Kaggle competition, you can drive the robot around with our APIs that we have documented. So let me see if I can move the robot. So do you see the robot? That's rotating.
Yes. Tilt your camera a bit down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the robot. So we can see what is happening with the robot.
Can you place the laptop on top of the robot?
That's what I'm going to do.
Awesome.
Let me see. So this is our hall, and that's our robot.
Don't move too fast, please. You will lose your laptop.
Okay, so this is what we are trying to do, is that we want to try to figure out where the robot is in the hall using the TensorFloor data. And this is the robot that will drive around. And we have few other robots. If you see around the corner, there are other robots that we have. And the goal is to see if we can differentiate between the robots and localize them and predict their location. So this is very important for logistics operation when we can know where things are. And this is what we are trying to do with this hackathon. And I hope you all will participate. If you have any questions, you can contact me or Jens or Stefan in this case to figure out what if you have any questions about the Kaggle task itself. So that's the hackathon.
Great, thanks. Did you already have a look at the first submissions on Kaggle?
Yeah, we have a few submissions, and one of them is pretty much a perfect solution. What I did not expect that would come out of the hackathon, and it's better than our solution, what we tried. So my team here is actually working on testing more solutions that we can actually see which one is the best way to go about it.
Okay.
So when can people join the hackathon, and when can they join the Kaggle competition?
The Kaggle competition is already on since August 12th, I would assume. And you are actively participating. If you have not seen it, you can go. It's kaggle.com/summerschool2020. And in that, you will find the data that is both the that is used for localizing the robot using machine learning. And yeah, we are, the deadline for submitting your results is until the 2nd of September, which would be the Thursday. You are allowed to submit 2 solutions to test if your model is close to what we expect or what the robot is in the hall. So you are free to submit 2 solutions per 24 hours and check your model.
Oh, cool. So it's, you go to the Kaggle webpage, there you find the data, there you find information on how to read the data, and then basically you train your model from that data and send your predictions on a test data set, and then you're ranked, right?
That is right. So the Kaggle competition is has its own leaderboard, and the first 5 or the top 5 models will be selected to go to have a live session where they will have information about how to control these robots over the internet and program a navigation stack so they can drive the robot around in the hall. I would also show you, if you can see those white dots in the floor, those are the waypoints. So those waypoints will be given to you in a different order, and you would have to follow those waypoints, and you have all of the feedback over the internet API, over the web API, that you can actually see what happens in the hall and move your robot live.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, impressive. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this event. We will also be broadcasting it live as a live stream with live comments.
Yeah, live comments.
Live comments.
Don't drive the robot into the wall.
Yeah. Otherwise you hear me yelling. All right.
Yeah, thanks, Aswin.
Yes, please check the hackathon page on the Summer School website. We have a lot of more information about how to control the robots, which might excite your interest to complete the Kaggle competition.
Oh yeah, right. Without Kaggle, no possibility to control the robot.
Yeah. Therefore, train, 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 predict, predict, predict.
Train, predict, and repeat.
Yeah.
Like always. Okay, thanks, Aswin.
Thank you.
Yeah, as Jens said, it's not only about us, it's also about you. And the final thing we want to present today are our social events. And as Jens said, these will be always in the evening, and this evening we will start with a bit of speed dating. And I would like to switch to Mirko, and he will explain you a bit more about the speed dating, but also about other social events as well.
Sure,
Mirko.
I'm happy to do that. My name is Mirko. I'm a research associate here at TU Dortmund University, and I was also involved in organizing the social events. Because we as organizers, and you might agree, think that the social aspect of any scientific forum is highly important. So we came up with a plan to have one social activity at the end of each day. Today, this will be something that we will call the speed dating or blind dating, where we will assign you into small random groups where you can get to know each other. Each group has 30 minutes, and then we will reassign the groups so that you can meet up to 4 different groups of people. And you can talk about basically anything, your interests, your hobbies, also professional stuff, but yeah, you want to get to know the people personally. So yeah, do that. I will skip Tuesday and Thursday for now. We'll come to that later. On Wednesday, we will have an open hangout session on Discord where you can see which people you can see who is in which room. And so you can meet people that you already know, or we also suggest that you arrange meetings with people you want to discuss stuff with, maybe some future collaborations and so on. And at the same day, also on Wednesday and also in Discord, we will have a board gaming session. We do not know yet which games are being played, because that's up to you. We are collecting suggestions already on Discord. We already have some suggestions, and we want you to suggest more, and then you can decide for which games you want to play. And we will do the assignment so that you will have a group where you can actually do that. On every day, we will have the newsletter quiz, which will be about Dortmund, the city of Dortmund, and the surrounding area, which is a former coal mining region with an interesting history. So you can get to know about the place where the summer school would have taken place physically. On the last day of the quiz, we would like to switch this a little. We want photos. We want you to submit photos of your surroundings. And then we will ask the other participants if they can guess in which country this photo was shot. So maybe you can use a monument or something like that. And then we have the picture of Dortmund area and the whole world where this is now taking place. Next up will be Helena, who will tell us about Tuesday and Thursday. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Great.
Hi everyone, my name is Helena. I'm a senior researcher at ML2R, and I'm organizing the social event Resource Efficient Cooking. So we want to exchange our recipes and cook in parallel via Zoom on Tuesday and Thursday evening, European time. And your recipes should be kind of resource efficient. So we have 3 different categories like optimized runtime, reduced global warming, and optimized energy consumption. And the goal at the end is to collect our delicious and resource efficient recipes in a shared Google Doc cookbook. So even if you are not able to join, you can share your recipe and a picture of your dish. And for more information, you can join the Discord channel, Resource Efficient Cooking. And I'm really looking forward to cook together with you.
Yeah, thanks, Helena. Okay, switching back. Yeah, so currently I'm here alone. This is because Jens already needs to prepare our guest for the first lecture we will have today, which is also a live lecture. Yeah, we got a request by one of my colleagues, and she said she did manage to get a screenshot, a good picture of the group photo we had in the beginning. So we would like to ask you again to turn on your cameras and wink into the screen. I will switch off the spotlighting of this screen here. And at least for me, it's filling up again.
Okay,
And Katrin,
very
how does
good.
it look
Yes.
for you?
Okay, hold up, everybody. Okay, so now I'm going to give you directions. Okay, everybody, nice big smile. Hold up. Maybe Raphael, without you typing something in. Okay, hold up. Hold that smile, everybody. It is beautiful. Okay. So hold up, we have a couple of pages of people, so I will just take a couple of pictures. Okay, so there's a bunch of
That's like the
people.
most beautiful people afterwards. Yeah, great.
Okay, so hold up. So there's a bunch of people who have not turned their camera on. So if you want to be in the picture, please turn on your cameras. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, this will take just a small while. Okay. Okay, so we have a couple of pages of people who have not turned their camera on, so I will just take one more screenshot and then we're actually done.
Again with the koala bear.
Okay. So let me check if I missed anybody. If anybody has just turned on their camera. I don't think so. So one last picture, hold up. Nice and big smile. Very good. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, great. Thanks. Yeah, we are about to end. First thing I will do is to stop the recording. But thanks for joining. We have a lot of participants from time zones far off. So it's great that so many of you made it into this live session. But this is also the reason we prepared most of the lectures as recorded videos so that the maximum of you can have a look at the lectures itself. I will stop the recording now. Then we have one final thing.